The year was 1988, a time when Jackie Chan was not just a global phenomenon, but a relentless innovator, pushing the boundaries of action cinema. He was in Japan, deep in the mountains of Kyoto, scouting locations for a new film. The air was crisp, carrying the scent of pine and ancient temples, a stark contrast to the humid chaos of Hong Kong. Jackie, ever the hands-on perfectionist, was personally testing camera angles and improvising fight sequences with his stunt team on a cobblestone path leading to a secluded dojo. He was laughing, directing, tumbling, and taking falls, the embodiment of his unique brand of comedic action. Unbeknownst to Jackie, his presence in these sacred mountains had stirred a quiet storm within the local martial arts community. Whispers had reached the ears of the legendary Lady Kageyama, a swordmaster whose reputation was as sharp as her blade. She was a living relic, a samurai in an age of technology, known for her unparalleled skill with the katana and her unyielding adherence to ancient traditions. She ran a hidden dojo, preserving the old ways, and had never suffered defeat. Her students revered her, and outsiders feared her. Lady Kageyama, cloaked in a dark kimono that seemed to absorb the light, watched Jackie Chan from a distance, hidden amongst the ancient trees. She observed his fluid, almost dance-like movements, his incredible agility, and the ease with which he took brutal falls. Yet she saw no true discipline, no spiritual center in his performance. To her, his art was a mockery of the true warrior's path, a cheap spectacle for entertainment, devoid of the soul of Budo. Her eyes, sharp as a hawk's, narrowed. She felt a deep offense. This movie star was desecrating the sacred grounds of martial arts with his playful antics. That evening, as Jackie and his crew were packing up, a lone figure emerged from the twilight. It was Lady Kageyama. She walked with a silent grace, her presence commanding immediate respect. Her face, though marked by age, carried an aura of intense focus and unwavering resolve. She carried a sheathed katana, its polished scabbard reflecting the fading light. Jackie, ever polite, bowed deeply, instinctively recognizing a martial artist of immense stature. "You are Jackie Chan." Her voice cut through the evening air, clear and resonant, untouched by the rustle of leaves. It wasn't a question, but a declaration. "They say you are a master of Kung Fu. They say you are unbeatable. Yet, I see a clown, tumbling for gold, desecrating the spirit of the warrior on these sacred lands." Jackie's smile faltered. His crew looked nervously at each other. This was no ordinary fan. This was a challenge, delivered with the weight of centuries. Jackie, usually quick with a joke, simply listened. He understood the unspoken code. He saw the fire in her eyes, the proud lineage in her posture. "Lady Kageyama," Jackie replied, his tone respectful yet firm. "I mean no disrespect. My art is for the people, to bring them joy. But it is also built on discipline, on years of pain and training, just like yours." Lady Kageyama unsheathed her katana with a whisper of steel. The blade glinted, a lethal extension of her will. It was not a prop, it was real. "Joy is for the foolish," she countered, her voice now colder than the mountain air. "The warrior's path is suffering in perfection. If your art is true, prove it. Fight me, bareheaded against my blade. If you are truly a master, you will face steel without fear. If you refuse, admit that your Kung Fu is merely a trick for the camera, and leave these mountains in shame." The challenge hung heavy in the air. His crew pleaded with him in hushed Cantonese. "Jackie, don't. She's a real samurai. She'll kill you." But Jackie's gaze was fixed on Lady Kageyama. He saw not an enemy, but a test of his philosophy, his training, his very being. He had faced countless opponents on screen, but this was different. This was pure, unadulterated martial arts. This was about respect. Jackie removed his jacket, his movements slow and deliberate. He took a deep breath, bowing once more to the swordmaster. "I accept, Lady Kageyama," he said, his voice resonating with an inner calm. "But let us agree, this is not about death. It is about understanding, about showing respect for different paths to the same truth. If I can disarm you without causing harm, you will see my art is not a trick. If you touch me with your blade, then I will yield." Lady Kageyama nodded, a flicker of approval in her stern eyes. The fight was on. The first clash was a blur of motion. Lady Kageyama moved with lightning speed, her katana whistling through the air, aimed with deadly precision at Jackie's vital points. Her footwork was impeccable, her stance unyielding. She was a tornado of steel, a force of nature. But Jackie was like water, flowing around her, absorbing her attacks, deflecting them with impossible evasions. He didn't meet her force with force. He met her speed with anticipation, her power with agility. She thrust, he slipped. She slashed, he ducked, his body twisting like a willow in the wind. The blade came so close, he could feel the cold draft on his skin. He was using every ounce of his training, every lesson from his childhood opera days, every stunt gone wrong to stay alive. His movements were a symphony of evasion, sometimes seemingly clumsy, but always perfectly timed. He would feign a stumble, drawing her in, only to pivot and disappear from her path. He used the terrain, a stone lantern, a low-hanging branch, as extensions of his defense. Lady Kageyama, for the first time in decades, felt frustration. Her attacks, honed over a lifetime, were met not with resistance, but with absence. It was like trying to catch smoke with a net. She began to adapt, her strikes becoming more intricate, more deceptive. She tried to anticipate his evasions, cutting off his escape routes. But Jackie was always one step ahead, his bare hands weaving a tapestry of defense against her deadly steel. Then the moment came. Lady Kageyama executed a complex feint, a blur of two strikes, aiming for his head and then his leg. Jackie, with a burst of breathtaking speed, chose his moment. As her blade for his head came down, he flowed under it, catching her wrist with one hand and the flat of the blade with the other. It was a move born of years of disarming armed opponents on screen, but made terrifyingly real. His grip was firm, yet controlled. He didn't try to wrench the sword away with brute force. Instead, he used a subtle twist of her wrist, a gentle but precise pressure point manipulation, forcing her fingers to relax. The katana, a symbol of her life, slipped from her grasp and clattered harmlessly onto the cobblestones. Silence. The sound of the falling blade echoed in the mountain air. Lady Kageyama stood frozen, disarmed, defeated. Her students, who had watched from afar, gasped. Jackie Chan, the clown from Hong Kong, had disarmed the legendary swordmaster with his bare hands, without inflicting a single injury. Jackie bowed deeply, retrieving her katana and presenting it to her hilt first. "Your skill is immense, Lady Kageyama," he said, his voice sincere and full of respect. It was an honor to face such a master. Perhaps the path of joy and the path of suffering lead to the same mountain peak. Lady Kageyama looked at the sword, then at Jackie. A faint, almost imperceptible smile touched her lips, the first her students had ever seen in such a context. She took her katana, bowing just as deeply to him. "You are no clown, Jackie Chan," she declared, her voice now filled with a newfound respect. "You are a true warrior. Your path is different, but your spirit is pure. I misjudged you. My apologies. Teach me, then, the discipline of water." From that day forward, the legend of Lady Kageyama and Jackie Chan became intertwined. She allowed him to film on her sacred grounds, and in return, Jackie shared his unique approach to movement, control, and adapting to chaos. He taught her students how to flow, how to use their environment, how to turn a stumble into an advantage, lessons that went beyond the rigid forms of their dojo. The clown had not desecrated her art. He had enriched it. And the swordmaster had not killed a performer. She had discovered a brother in Budo. The encounter became a secret tale whispered among martial artists, a testament to the idea that true mastery transcends style, gender, and even the lines between sacred tradition and popular entertainment. Jackie Chan proved that day that the greatest weapon is not a blade, but an unyielding spirit combined with boundless adaptability. He truly was a master, not just of Kung Fu, but of the human heart.